when I say I don't want to fight Mexican, it's because I represent Mexico. And that's why. But I don't care. I fight anybody. And I fight my entire life, anybody.
In the dynamic world of boxing, narratives often emerge that captivate fans and fuel speculation. One of them is what moves or strategies Canelo Alvarez will use to avoid the Benavidez fight. David Benavidez has been expressing criticism towards Canelo Alvarez for some time. Saul Canelo Alvarez, the Mexican superstar, has denied allegations that he is delaying a potential showdown with the highly regarded super middleweight, David Benavidez. Benavidez stands as the mandatory challenger for Alvarez's undisputed 168-pound title and as the WBC interim super middleweight champion. Canelo found himself in a situation where he waited for Jermell Charlo to move up 2 weight classes and contend for Canelo's 4 titles. This anticipated clash took place on September 30th in Las Vegas. Jose Benavidez Sr. had put all his hopes on Jermell Charlo defeating Canelo Alvarez on September 30th because he felt there's a chance that he'd have the bravery to face the Mexican monster, David Benavidez, next. Let's delve into the reasons behind the whispers, exploring whether it's a strategic move or a case of mutual avoidance. Will Benavidez find it difficult to get Canelo fight? Trainer Joel Diaz expresses concerns about Canelo Alvarez's performance, highlighting the challenges that could arise if he were to face David Benavidez. Diaz points out Canelo's previous bout against John Ryder, where he faced difficulties against an opponent for 6 or 7 rounds. Diaz emphasizes the relentless nature of Benavidez, describing him as a strong and sizable adversary who could pose a formidable challenge for Canelo. The trainer underscores the potential weight disparity as a significant issue for Canelo in a matchup against Benavidez. A 20-pound weight difference on the fight night could create difficulties for Canelo. Additionally, the mention of a $15 million per pound penalty on the rehydration clause suggests a potential deterrent for Benavidez from disregarding the weight limit, as even with a fine, he would still stand to make substantial earnings and position himself for a rematch if victorious. The intricate dynamics of weight and penalties add an extra layer of complexity to the potential bout between these two formidable fighters. What Canelo Alvarez did was take shortcuts, avoiding certain challenges, particularly Dimitri Bivol. According to critics, this avoidance seems strategic, as they believe Canelo recognizes that he might not come out victorious against Bivol, whether at 168 or 175 pounds. The reluctance to face Bivol again is attributed to their previous one-sided encounter, leaving little incentive for Canelo to pursue a rematch. Critics argue that given the clear outcome of their previous bout, it would be futile for Canelo to engage in another contest with Bivol. In a counter-argument, it's noted that Bivol, too, doesn't seem eager to jump up to cruiserweight to take on IBF champion Jai Opetaia, indicating that fighters have limits to how much weight they're willing to move up. The comparison is drawn to emphasize that Canelo should not be expected to do something like moving up in weight that Bivol himself isn't willing to undertake. Trainer Joel Diaz acknowledges the recent impressive performances of David Benavidez, making it challenging for Benavidez to secure a fight with Canelo. Diaz also highlights Benavidez's victory over Demetrius Andrade, pointing out the significant size difference that worked in Benavidez's favor. The dynamics of weight classes and strategic matchups continue to shape the narrative surrounding these high-profile fighters in the boxing world, affirming his worthiness of the moniker the Mexican Monster. His systematic and exceptionally violent dismantling of a previously undefeated opponent forced the boxing world to take notice, prompting speculation about Canelo Alvarez's future opponents. The merciless beating administered to an opponent who had consistently called out Canelo resonated as a performance that struck fear into the hearts of onlookers. The corner's decision to prevent their fighter from entering the 7th round out of concern for irreversible damage underscored the brutality of Benavidez's display. This performance demanded attention, and it unquestionably captured Canelo's notice. What Benavidez accomplished against Andrade could not be ignored, leaving a fervent fanbase craving more and echoing the question, when will Canelo step into the ring with Benavidez? If Benavidez himself can't secure the fight, the fans seem poised to demand it. Given Canelo's recent 3-fight deal with PBC, the anticipation of a Canelo vs. Benavidez bout has become a frequent topic of discussion since June. Despite previous hesitations from Canelo about facing Benavidez, it now seems unavoidable. While Canelo had been considering a rematch with Dimitri Bivol, a clash with Jermall Charlo, or even a less appealing fight with Jamie Munguia, the emergence of Benavidez as a formidable and demanded opponent has shifted the narrative. Canelo, who often emphasizes fighting what the fans want or what makes sense, now finds himself faced with an opponent that aligns with both of these criteria. The pressure is mounting, and the call for the Canelo versus Benavidez showdown is becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. Is David Benavidez the only opponent that makes sense for Canelo? David Benavidez, currently holding the WBC interim super middleweight title and a 2-time former WBC super middleweight champion, stands as the rightful contender in the division. His only absence from the current champion status results from external factors, losing the title twice outside the ring. A cocaine-related positive drug test in 2018 and a weight-related issue in 2021 cost him the title, despite remaining undefeated in actual fights. In the eyes of many, he still holds the essence of a true champion, having never lost the title in the ring. With Canelo Alvarez essentially clearing out the other 168-pound title holders and top challengers, Benavidez emerges as the only significant opponent left. The circumstances surrounding his title losses were not due to a defeat in combat, making his claim to the championship legitimate. Canelo's own words come back to haunt him as he stated unequivocally, "I'm ducking nobody." This declaration, made in a recent appearance on The Breakfast Club, reinforces the expectation that he should face the best opponents available. With Benavidez now standing as the most formidable contender, the fight the fans clamor for aligns with what Canelo himself has professed, doing fights that are best for the fans. The spotlight is on Canelo to live up to his words and engage in the showdown that fans believe is the best. Did Canelo Alvarez respond to false accusations about avoiding David Benavidez? Canelo Alvarez has recently inked a significant 3-fight deal with Premier Boxing Champions, PBC, solidifying his status as the undisputed 168-pound champion. In the inaugural bout of this promising agreement, Canelo faced the undisputed junior middleweight champion, Jermall Charlo, who stepped up in weight by 2 divisions. Many fans are eagerly anticipating a showdown between Canelo and David Benavidez. Currently holding the mandatory challenger position under the WBC, Benavidez's potential clash with Canelo becomes a hot topic, assuming he successfully navigates past Charlo. The prospect of Canelo facing Benavidez adds an extra layer of excitement to the boxing world, and fans are keeping a keen eye on the developments in Canelo's multi-fight deal with PBC. The road ahead promises thrilling matchups, and the anticipation for a Canelo vs. Benavidez encounter continues to grow among the passionate boxing community. Canelo Alvarez also responded to avoiding David Benavidez. "Everybody says the same thing all my life," Alvarez told The Breakfast Club on Tuesday about notions of him dodging Benavidez. "When I fight with Austin Trout, they say I'm ducking Trout. When I fight other fighters, they say I'm ducking Gennady Golovkin. I'm ducking Erislandy Lara and everything," he continued. "Every time I beat every single fighter, they say, okay, I have this other fighter. They find somebody else." As the boxing world eagerly awaits a showdown between Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez, it's essential to recognize the nuanced factors at play. Whether viewed as strategic maneuvering or careful matchmaking, the potential clash between these two titans adds an extra layer of excitement to the sport. Only time will reveal the true nature of their relationship in the boxing ring, but until then, fans can continue to speculate and anticipate the moment when these two forces inevitably collide. What are your thoughts on this situation? Do you believe Canelo's moves are strategic avoidance, or are there other factors at play? Share your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more boxing insights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.